Hold up, let's make sure everything works. Make sure everything goes good. There, I think it's already starting on there. Then it hit some crazy shit bobbles in the shalugans. Y'all already freaking know, yo. Let's go here. So vertical, just treading. There we go. Okay, guys. So today we're going to be continuing to read what we have been reading already. Letters from a Stoic. We are on letter 38. We are on letter 38. I had a pretty good day today, good start. We're on a new split. We're doing legs and back now. We're trying to make our legs stronger because I have realized that my legs are weak as fuck. So, I mean, we can change that. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, guys. So we are going to start the book now. Letter 38. Grabbing my pencil. You are quite right in urging that we should exchange letters oftener. The utmost benefit comes from talk because it steals little by little into the mind. Lectures prepared beforehand and delivered before a listening audience are more resounding but less intimate. That's true. That is true. Philosophy is good advice, and no one gives advice at the top of his voice. Such harangues, harangues, I don't know, harangues, if I may call them that, may need to be resorted to now and then, where a person in a state of indecision is needing a push. But when the object is not to make him want to learn, but to get him learning, one must have recourse to these lower tones, which enter the mind more easily and stick in it. What is required is not a lot of words, but effectual ones. Yeah, that is true. And it's kind of like the thing, like my cousin was telling me, like, Nietzsche, he was sick, so he literally had to lock in on what he was gonna say and just cut everything down. Like, someone telling you something in 5 pages versus someone telling you the same thing in 1 page, does that even make it a difference? Like, they're both telling you the same thing. Words need to be sown like seed. No matter how tiny a seed may be, when it lands in the right sort of ground, it unfolds its strength, and from being minute expands and grows to a massive tree. Reason does the same. To be outward eye, its dimensions may be insignificant, but with activity it starts developing. Although the words spoken are few, if the mind has taken them in as it should, they gather strength and shoot upwards. Yes, precepts have the same features as seeds. They are of compact dimensions, and they produce impressive results. Given, as I may, the right sort of mind to grasp at and assimilate them, the mind will then respond by being in its turn creative and will produce a yield exceeding what was put into it. XL? What the heck is XL? Wait, hold up. We're looking up XL in Roman numerals. What the fuck is XL? XL Roman numerals. 40. So this is 40. Yo, what's up, P6Ls? Thank you for writing so often. By doing so, oh wait, yeah, letter 40. Thank you for writing so often. By doing so, you give me a glimpse of yourself in the only way you can. I never get a letter from you without instantly feeling we're together. You're feeling extra large today. Why is that? This is kind of cute though. I never thought that Seneca would be such a cutie patootie talking about I never get a letter from you without instantly feeling we're together. He's so cute. Aw, he's so cute. If pictures of absent friends are a source of pleasure to us, refreshing the memory and relieving the sense of void with a solace, however insubstantial and unreal, how much more so are letters, which carry marks and signs of the absent friend that are real. Whoa. I low key like I relate as fuck to this guy. I love letters. Letters are so cute. Like I be given I don't really be giving friends letters like some of my friends just because like do y'all really need it? I don't know. I feel like when I because like also like with letters like we I we don't have to really send them. Like we can DM like my DMs mean as much and it's kind of like there's no special purpose to give like a letter and like I if I were to like give the most optimal birthday present that wasn't monetary, it would be letters. Like I'd give everybody letters straight up. It'd be like I enjoy you as my friend. It'd be some fucking philosophical shit. Like I'd be writing good ass letters. Like that is I am tapped into letter writing. You already know. For the handwriting of a friend affords us what is so delightful about seeing him again, the sense of recognition. You say in your letter that you went and heard the philosopher Serapio when his ship put in where you are. His words, you say, tend to be tumbled out as a tremendous pace, pounded and driven along rather than pounded out, for they come in a volume no one voice could cope with. I do not approve of this in a philosopher whose deliver whose deliver ugh, whose delivery, like his life, should be well ordered. Nothing can be well regulated if it is done in a breakneck hurry. That is why, in Homer, the impetuous type of eloquence, why that is a beautiful sentence. I never thought I would see Homer and eloquence in the same fucking sentence. Wait, let me go back to where I was at. That is why in Homer the impetuous type of eloquence which he compares to snow that keeps on coming down without a break, it gives to the orator, while from the old man there comes a gentle eloquence that flowed sweeter than honey. Flowed sweeter than honey. Wow. You should take the view. Then this is copious and impetuous energy in a speaker is better suited to a hawker than to someone who deals with a subject of serious importance and is also a teacher. Yet I am just as much against his words coming in a tickle as in a stream. He should not keep people's ears on the stretch any more than he should swamp them. For the other extreme of thinness and poverty means less attentiveness on the part of the listener as he becomes tired of this slowness, with all its interruptions. Nonetheless, what is waited for does sink in more readily than what goes flying past. One speaks in any event of instruction as being handled on to those being taught, and something that escapes them is hardly being handled on. Language, moreover, which devotes its attention to truth, ought to be plain and unadored unadorned. This popular style has nothing to do with truth. Its object is to sway a mass audience, to carry away unpre- unpracticed ears by the force of its onslaught. It never submits itself to detailed discussion, is just wafted away. Besides, how can a thing possibly govern others when it cannot be governed itself. And apart from all this, surely language which is directed to the healing of men's minds needs to penetrate into one. Oh my god. This is just like a big ass, all this shit is just self-help. That's all these guys be talking about bullshit, bro. Like medicines do not do no good unless they stop some length of time in one. There is moreover a great deal of futility and emptiness about this style of speaking, which has more noise about it, than effectiveness. There are my terrors to be quieted, incitements to be quelled, illusions to be dispelled, extravagance to be checked, greed to be reprimanded. Which of these things can be done in a hurry? What doctor can heal patients merely in passing? One might add, too, that there is not even a pleasure to be found in such a noisy, promiscuous torrent of words, just as with a lot of things that one would never believe possible, one finds it quite enough to have seen them once proved possible. So with these performers with words, to have heard them once is more than enough. What is it then? What is there in them, after all, that anyone could want to learn or imitate? What view is one likely to take on the state of a person's mind when his speech is wild and incoherent and knows no restraint? This rep, rapidity of utterance recalls a person running down a slope and unable to stop where he meant to, being carried on instead a lot farther than he intended, at the mercy of his body's momentum. It is out of control and unbecoming to philosophy, which should be placing her words, not throwing them around, and moving forward step by step. But surely she can move on to a higher plane now, and then as well, certainty, but it must be without prejudice to her dignity of character. And this vehement, excessive energy strips her of that. Power she should have, great power. Wait. Power she should have great power, but it should be controlled. She should be a never failing system, or a never failing stream, not of spate. Even in an advocate, I should be loth to allow such uncontrollable speed in delivery, all in all in an unruly rush. How could a judge who is not uncommonly too inexperienced and unqualified by expected be expected to keep up with it, even on the occasion when an advocate is carried away by an ungovernable passion or a desire to display his power? He should not increase his pace and pile on the words beyond the capacity of the ear. You will be doing the right thing, therefore, if you do not go to listen to people who are more concerned about the quantity than the quality of what they say, and choose yourself if you have to speak in the manner of Publius Vinicus. When Acelius was asked how Vinicus spoke, he described it as being at a slow pace. Geminus Varius, in fact, remarked, "How can you call the man eloquent? I simply don't know. He can't string three words together. Is there any reason why of the two you should not choose Vinicus's style?" You could expect to be interrupted by persons with as little taste as the one who, when Viticus was jerking the words out one by one, as if he were dictating rather than speaking, exclaimed, "I call on the speaker to speak." The pace of Quintius Haterius, a celebrated speaker of his day, is something I should have a sensible man keep well clear of. With him there was never a hesitation or a pause, only one start and only one stop. But I also think that certain styles are suitable in a greater or lesser degree to Different nationalities and a Greek one will tolerate this lack of discipline, while we have acquired the habit of punctuating what we say in writing as well as speech. Our own Cicero, too, from whom Roman oratory really sprang, was a steady goer. Roman discourse is more. Bro, all these. This is low key just talking about people's talking styles and. Bro, a lot of this is just talk about a judge who can't even judge properly, some shit like that. Given to self-examination, appraising itself, and inviting appraisal. Fa- Fabianus, who added outstanding oratory to those more important distinctions of his way of life and his learning, would discuss a subject with dispatch rather than with haste. You might describe his oratory as being not rapid, but fluent. This I am really to see in a philosopher, but I do not insist on it. His delivery is not to be halting. Oh, they're low-key just rating other philosophers and other speakers how they speak. Like, does he get to the point fast enough? Is he fucking him? How like they're just low-key like, I kind of fuck with this thinker. I don't really fuck with this thinker. Is not to be halting, but I should rather have the words issued forth than flowing forth. And a further reason I have for warning you against the disease is the fact that you can only acquire it successfully if you cease to feel any sense of shame. You really need to give the skin of your face a good rub and then not listen to yourself. For the unguarded pace will give rise to a lot of expressions of which you would otherwise be critical. You cannot, I repeat, successfully acquire it and preserve your modesty at the same time. One needs, moreover, constant daily practice for it. It requires a switch of attention too, from subject matters to words, and even if it does transpire, then the words come rapidly to the tongue and are capable of reeling off it without any effort on your part. They will still need to be regulated a way of speaking which is restrained, not bold, suits a wise man in the same way as a unassuming sort of walk does. The upshot then of it, of what I have to say is this. I am telling you to be a slow speaking person. Millennial pause. Can we he's not even I mean, not really making fun of others. It's like it's because like we will just ramble. Like we will literally talk about a subject, go for like 30 minutes, and we stopped talking about the topic like 15 minutes in, right? Like we're genuinely just we're having like what is it? Not ranting. What do girls say? Yeah, they're just ranting to each other. They're like this is the same fucking sense of that. Like, oh, like low key like this is the most optimal way of speaking. Oh, yapping? Yeah, yapping. Like, yeah, they're dead ass just yapping. Like to be a good speaker, homeboy is saying. Don't be a dork ass speaker. Your words need to matter. Cause he's saying like in your mind, like you'll think of words and then after a while, like they just flow. Like they just come out, but like they're not being like thought about. Like they're just you don't even think of the words. That's kind of crazy. Like to think that words are just kind of there, like you're getting cucked by words. And low key it is true, like I'll go into a conversation thinking, and then like halfway through I'll start saying dumb shit, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, how did I why am I bugging talking about buck shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then you say some stupid shit and no one forgets. No. Do you want to know the method to make them forget that? You have to make them feel a certain way. So if what you said was stupid but it was like hilarious, like it was so fucking dumb, then you have to make do something that makes them laugh harder. Or if what you said like made them like get the ick, you have to give them the ick harder. You have to like cancel it out. Because people don't remember what you say, they only remember how you made them feel. I mean, unless you're hanging out with like some fucking word police, like a fucking yeah, you need to try it. Stimulate their brains more. Cause who the fuck are you? Who are you? Who are your ops if they're remembering your shit like that? Like, bro has insane ops. Okay, we're gonna look. Can we do one more? Okay, we're at letter for your classmates. Is this a European thing? Oh, they have good memory, bruh. And you can't even like force feed them carts, so you can't fuck up their memory like on command. That sounds like shit. Somber one. Alright, wait, we're gonna wait up. We're about to continue. Give me a second. Another method that can work too. Remember something they said and make them feel like shit. Like genuinely make them feel ass. Like make them feel really fucking bad. It works. Because then they'll be like, "Oh, I don't like it when that happens to me. I don't like it." Like like they'll stop if they're fucking nice. If they don't stop, you might be with a fucking Latino or a Latina like, "Yo, what's up, Ralts?" Or like a Hispanic, bro. Like Mexicans never give up. You got to be on type timing. Hold up, we're going to continue the next page. Letter 41. You are doing you are doing the finest possible thing and acting in your best interest. That's all right. That's a pretty good. That is a pretty good thing. That's already a statement right there. If, as you say in your letters, you are persevering in your efforts to acquire a sound understanding, this is something it is foolish to pray for when you can win it for your own self. There is no need to raise our hands to heaven. There is no need to implore the temple warden to allow us close to the ear of some graven image. As though this increased the chances of our being heard, God is near you, is with you, is inside you. Yes, Lucilius. There resides within us a divine spirit which guards us and watches us in the evil and the good we do. As we treat him, so will he treat us. No man indeed is good without God. Is anyone capable of rising above fortune unless he has help from God? He is that prompts us to noble and exalted endeavors in each and every good man. Loki, it Loki, he's right. Like on God. Uh, because like without God, like can we really like start off a good society, like a good society? Like without just is that peanut butter? Wait, where? What peanut butter? Where? Oh, the in the back? Fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, that's peanut butter. Fuck yes. No sugar peanut butter. We love fats. We need our fats for amino acids. Uh yeah, but he is right. There is no good man without God. No, I don't eat peanut butter at night. My late night snack of choice is either tuna or boiled eggs. If you have ever come on a dense wood of ancient trees that have risen to an exceptional height, shutting out all sight of the sky with one thick screen of branches upon another, the loftiness of the forest, the seclusion of the spot, you sense of wonderment at finding so deep and unbroken a gloom of out of doors will persuade you of the presence of a deity. Any cave in which the rocks have been eroded deep into the mountain, resting on it, its hollowing out into a cavern of impressive extent, not produced by the labors of men, but the results of process of nature, will strike into your soul some kind of ink, inkling. Bro, I hope you tried both and add some mayo or ketchup. Yo, what's good? Hello? Yo, Elton, I found my fucking switch. We got Dan the man on the plan on the phone. Say swear.
Swear.
Say on crib.
On correct.
Holy shit, this is huge news. Are you dead ass?
Yeah, I did. I'm glad I found my fucking switch today.
So you can play?
Yeah, we can play.
I don't have school today.
Well, I'm at work.
I know.
What do you want to play?
We can play some Mario Kart or Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, do you need me to buy a game? I don't know what, like, we can find another game to play. I just don't know what game.
Okay, sorry, I was on the phone. We're back. Any cave in which the rocks have been erode deep into the mountain, resting on it, its hollowing out into a cavern of impressive extent, not produced by the labors of men, but the results of process of nature, will strike into your soul some kind of inkling of the divine. We venerate the sources of important streams, places where a mighty river bursts suddenly from hiding are provided with altars, hot springs, are objects of worship. The darkness of unfathomable depth of pools have made their water sacred. Okay, so right now we're kind of like talking about basically like low key God ain't finna do shit, heaven ain't finna do shit. Like it's low key you. Like it's all you. If you want shit, like it doesn't even make it better if you get it from God. Also, like them with mayo and ketchup, I eat them by themselves or I have mustard because less calories and it's too much on your belly. And if you come across a man who is never alarmed by danger, never affected by craving, happy in adversity, calm in the midst of storm, viewing mankind from a higher level and the gods from their own, is it not likely that a feeling will find its way into you of veneration for him? It is not likely that you will say to yourself, here is the thing which is too great, too sublime for anyone to regard it as being in the same sort of category as the punny as that punny body it inhabits. Into that body there has descended a divine power, the soul that is elevated and well regulated, that passes through any experience as if it counted for comparatively little, that smiles at all the things we fear or pray for, is impelled by a force that comes from heaven. A thing of the soul's height cannot stand without the prop of a deity. Hence, the greater part of it is situated where it descends from, in the same way as the same rays touch the earth, but are really situated at the point from which they emanate a soul possessed of greatness and holiness, which has been sent down into the world in order that we may gain a nearer knowledge of the divine, associates with us certainly, but never loses contact with its source. On that source it depends, that is, the direction in which its eyes turn, and the direction it strives to climb in. The manner in which it takes part in our affairs is that of a superior being. What then is the soul? Something which has a luster that is due to no quality other than its own. Could anything be more stupid than to praise a person for something that is not his? Or more crazy than admiring things which in a single moment can be transferred to another? It is not a golden bit that makes one horse superior to others. Sending a lion into the arena with his mane gilded, tired by the handling, he has been given in the process of being forced to submit to the embellishment in a very different in a very different thing from sending in a wild one, that his spirit unbroken, bold in attack, as nature meant him to be, in all his unkempt beauty, a beauty whose glory is it that none can look on him without fear. He stands higher in people's eyes than the others, docile, gold leaf, coated creature. No one should feel pride in anything that is not his own. We praise a vine if it loads its branches with fruits and bends its very props to the ground with the weight it carries. Would any would anyone prefer the famous vine that had gold grapes and leaves hanging on it? Fruitfulness in the vine's peculiar virtue? So too, in a man praise is due only to what is his very own. Suppose he has a beautiful home and a handsome collection of servants, a lot of land under cultivation, and a lot of money out of interest. Not one of those things can be said not one of those things can be said to be in him. They are just things around him. Praise in him what can neither be given nor snatched away. What is peculiarly a man's. Damn, because yeah, we don't really be having shit technically. Like when you really put into perspective, when he's saying we don't got nothing, like bro, we'll glaze people for having shit, but it's only the stuff around them. Like they technically quote unquote may have nothing. You ask what this is. It is his spirit, and the perfection of his reason in that spirit. For man is a rational animal. Man's ideal state is realized when he has fulfilled the purpose for which he was born. And what is it that reason demands of him? Something very easy, that he live in accordance with his own nature. Yet this is turned into something difficult by the madness that is universally among men. We push one another into vices, and how can people be called back to spiritual well being when no one is trying to hold them back and the crowd is urging them on? Okay, whoa, pretty banger. Okay, so I'm really enjoying 40 from letter 40. This is getting pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it a lot. So thank you guys for stopping by today. We'll be reading it tomorrow. We are currently on letter 46. We're currently on letter 46. So thank you guys for stopping by. Have great days. Bye bye.